Hurrying my 26 years old son out of the bathroom because he was really making noise and singing, and so yeah, that's the way it is when you have your practice at home. There are noises, so I hurried him to his bedroom. So thank you very much for joining today again. I salute you for joining today, because 95% of the people just click on something, oh, that might be interesting, but they don't attend, and after one time they think, okay, it was enough. So I salute you, because you are here for a reason. And there is something I would like to share with you, because, well, I always humor myself. I'm blonde, and there was this technical problem and I didn't notice it, and I changed from my VA, my virtual assistant, so I didn't notice it, and there are a couple of women who are not joining this Facebook group yet because they are not informed well. So I just send them an email, and I hope everything will be all right. So warm welcome to you from the UK, from USA, from Holland. A lot of moms are here, and a lot of moms are going to join, so that's really fine. I think it's very nice that they can see what we did yesterday. And yesterday we went explaining what a challenge is, and just a creative, inspirational, motivational gathering for you moms with children upon the age of 10 who are too tense, too anxious, and they have all kind of behavior where you think, I don't know what to do about it. So that's me. That was me 50 years ago, when I didn't know what to do, always overwhelmed. I told you yesterday, but now you can see I do this. I don't get excited anymore, or I can control it, and I'm just every time there's a new practice to stay focused, to stay aligned, and to stay lighthearted, because that's this challenge, lighthearted challenge, that you go from out of your worries and out of your anxieties and thinking, oh, how can we do this? Or your child has these worries and anxieties, and how can I help him to get rid of it? So if you are here, you really want to be inspired to be hands-on and knowing what to do, and just be here if you feel a bit guilty or you don't want to do it anymore. It's so exhausting. Hello, I see one eye. I don't know who it is, but warm welcome. And yes, it's going to be a very good day today, because I have prepared something for you, and I'm hoping to see kind of results from your exercises you did yesterday. So feel free to put them in the comments if you did it, or you want to do it some other time, perhaps in the weekend. For the people who are joining later on, you can read it in the yesterday's comments. If you have any questions and you don't want to put them over here because it doesn't feel secure or safe yet, then you can email me anytime. You have my email address, but info@yvonnevandenbergcoaching.nl, and I'm looking forward to reading your comments, and I'll take care of it. So, okay, today we talk about lightheartedness. And what is lightheartedness? Is just what I explained. Don't worry all the time. But it is the basics to know, okay, what is anxiety then? Because that's the opposite. The tension, the stressed out, overwhelmed actions, feelings your child has, because that's why you're here. And perhaps you experience them yourself when you think, oh my goodness. So what's anxiety? And yeah, that's the basics. So I want to share with you today what it is. Perhaps you already know it, but I really want to explain it to you, because that's the basics. I already told you, but okay. So I took my dinosaur. I don't know what kind it is. Triceratops, I think. Okay. But I took it over here because this anxiety is something that is in your brain, and that's a very primitive piece of brain. Thousands of years ago, millions years ago, we went into the woods, we went into the caves, and we were hunting. And well, then there was this primitive brain when it encountered these funny creatures which are huge, and you stood there in front of one. Then there is this instinctive, primitive reaction of your brain, and it says, okay, what are we going to do? You don't have time to think about it, you just freeze. And you do nothing, like the famous rabbit that looks into the lights of a car. You fight, okay, with a bat, with something, and you try to fight this dinosaur or tiger or whatever. Or you flight. You run as fast as you can, and you go and hide and just save yourself. Because if you don't do that, you are being eaten, or just dead, or whatever, or you can't provide for your family anymore. So that's this instinctive, and I put my laptop in the battery as well. Okay, there we go. And that is the thing, and it's really, it's a good thing, because when you have this instinctive reaction, you don't have to think about it. It makes you feel okay, safe. You're not in danger anymore because you do something. Okay, but it is very good. There are all kinds of hormones that prepare and make you go into action. It's not okay when you have this anxiety feelings all the time, when it's constantly in your head. Oh, I have to do something. I'm in danger. Your mind thinks you're in danger. Your body thinks you're in danger because you have this fight or flight or freeze modus. And that's not a good thing, because it's not healthy for your body, for your mind, and for your body. And that's really ruining your life and your health. I know, I've been there. So that's not a good thing. It's a good thing when you are reacting in a normal way. When I remember when I was a young mom, and my children are now 28 and 26 years of age, so they are long gone and out of our home. But when I was on the stairs, on the pavement, I mean, and I wanted to cross the street, two little people on my hand, and there was this big lorry with all kinds of wood, trees on the back of it. So, and it was crossing the street, and it was really driving very fast. And I was just stepping out of the pavement onto the street, and I startled. And then I turned around and ran with two children. And our daughter, oh, she bruised her knee and she was crying. But this instant reaction is a good reaction, because it made me react instantly. It made me look after my child and do something. And that can be the case with your child as well, when it is at the schoolyard and one of a few boys who are bullying your child is really annoying, wants to take a stone and throw at your child, then it can be its primitive, its reaction that it's, oh, I'm in danger, and it takes, without thinking, it takes a stick or a stone and throws it again. And that is a very good reaction if we don't get hurt all the time, but it's really, he has defended himself without thinking, and that's very, very, very good. So this is what anxiety is. It's good, but it's not good when it's always in your head and always in your body. So we have to get rid of it. And there are a lot of reasons or ways to do that. So when it's in your mind, you have to try and figure out, okay, what am I thinking? And you have to turn it around and practice it. And when it's in your body, you have to detect it and get rid of it as well, so that you clean up yourself time and again. And when you know this, you can teach your child as well, because this is a lifelong experience where you can change it every time you want to and when it's needed. And every time I know I practice it. For instance, when I had this technical issue 1 hour ago, and I thought, oh, there were supposed to be a lot of moms in this Facebook group, but they didn't attend to. So there was something technical not going right. And then I think, and then it's my primitive reaction to freeze. That always has been the case, to freeze, to silent up. And then I know how to breathe through it and say, okay, what next? And then I come into action. So that is a lot of practice. So really, this is anxiety. It's good and it's not good when it's all the time. So I look at my notes, and one thing I want to tell you before I close for today is, what does it look like? So what anxiety looks like, you have two kinds of, we are here for our children. So you have two types of children approximately. You have the ones that are shouting out, doing all kinds of things, and the ones who withdraw. So I want for you to find out, to think to yourself, what kind of child do I have? Or perhaps you have more children, where are a lot of situations where you have anxiety, tension, stressed out, overwhelmed. When there's too much, how do they react? Because that's all anxiety. Perhaps you don't know that yet, or perhaps you don't want to listen to it because it sounds so harsh and so heavy, but that's the way it is. When it's not anxiety, when it's not tension or stress or overwhelmed, it's just peace and quiet. So that's the way it is. In my experience for over 50 years and helping all kinds of families, over 200 with this, with these issues. So what kind of things you can see in your child? Does it say names? Does it fight? Does it spit? Does it withdraw? Can you see tension somewhere in his hands, in his body? Is it thinking too much and worries and can't sleep? I would like you to see, what does it look like with your child? So that's the exercise for today. I hope you have a great weekend, and thank you very much for listening today again. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, just I'll read them with love, and I'll see you next Monday. And it's 4 o'clock in Holland as well. So in the States, it's perhaps 6 hours earlier, and the UK, I think 1 hour earlier. I'm not sure, but I thought so. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday for new things to work on. Thank you. Bye-bye.